Welcome back to Witty Dose Channel. We are so grateful to have you here with us today. Thank you for your continued support and for being part of our community. Are you feeling crushed by those who should be your source of love and support? Don't let despair take hold. Even when it seems like everyone has turned against you, remember that God's love remains constant and unshakable. He has promised to never abandon you, to replace your brokenness with beauty and to turn your trials into triumphs. Stay with us through this video, and let the powerful prayers at the end bring hope and transformation to your life. Watch as the God of miracles steps into your pain and turns it into something extraordinary.
Caleb, I need you to run to the store and pick up these items for me. We're out of some things.
Aunt Caroline, couldn't Sophia or Brian go instead? Sophia's just in her room on her phone, and I still need to wash Uncle Eric's car and iron his clothes before he gets home.
I asked you, Caleb. Sophia has her own things to do, and Brian's busy with his studies. Just get to the store and be quick about it.
But I really need to finish Uncle Eric's chores. He'll be upset if I don't get everything done. Can't Brian help out just this once?
I don't want to hear any more excuses. I gave you a job to do, and I expect you to do it. Your uncle's car can wait. Just go to the store and be done with it. And don't keep me waiting.
Alright, Aunt. I'll go now. But if I don't finish everything in time, could you please talk to my uncle? I really don't want him to be mad at me.
Just do as you're told, Caleb. If you get back quickly, you'll have time to finish everything. Now go.
Caleb. What on earth is this? Why haven't you ironed my clothes yet?
Sorry, Uncle Eric. I just got back from the store. And needed some things, so
That's not an excuse. You had all day, Caleb. All day. And you still can't do something as simple as ironing my clothes.
I'm really sorry. I've been busy since morning, cleaning the house and helping Auntie with chores. I was going to iron them right after I got back.
Busy? You think that's an excuse? You've been nothing but a burden since the day you walked into this house. I regret taking you in sometimes. I truly do. You can't even do one thing right.
I didn't mean to disappoint you, Uncle. I'll iron your clothes right now. I'm really sorry.
Sorry. Sorry doesn't fix anything. You're always making excuses. If your parents were still around, they'd be ashamed to see how little responsibility you take.
I'll do better. I promise.
You better. I'm tired of having to remind you of every little thing. Just do what you're told, and maybe one day you'll learn what it means to actually contribute to this household.
Caleb, go wash the dishes. They're piling up in the sink.
Why don't you wash them yourself, Sophia? After all, you've been sitting around doing nothing, and I need to study for my exams.
So you're challenging me in my father's house? You think you can talk back to me like that?
Say whatever you want, but I'm not your servant. I've got my own responsibilities, and I won't clean up for you. If you want the dishes washed, do it yourself.
You really think you can refuse me? I'll go tell Dad if you don't wash those dishes right now. We'll see what he has to say about your attitude.
Go ahead. Tell Uncle Eric if you want. I'm not going to wash those dishes. I've got my exams to focus on, and I'm done doing your chores for you.
Caleb. What's this I hear about you refusing to wash the dishes? And talking back to Sophia in my house?
Uncle Eric, I wasn't trying to cause any trouble. It's just that washing the dishes is Sophia's chore, and I really need to study for my exams tomorrow. I wasn't trying to disrespect her,
You think you can tell me what's her chore and what isn't? In my own house? You're under my roof, eating the food I pay for, going to school with the money I work hard to earn, and now you think you have the right to talk back?
Uncle, I'm really sorry. I didn't mean to challenge you or Sophia. It's just... My exams are tomorrow, and I've been trying so hard to keep up with everything. I wasn't trying to be ungrateful.
Ungrateful? You don't even know the meaning of the word. Do you think it's easy to keep you here, to feed you, to clothe you, to pay your school fees? You've got a roof over your head and food on your plate because of me, and this is how you repay me? By refusing to do a simple task.
I'm not trying to make things harder for you, Uncle. I'm just trying to do what I can to get through school and help around the house. I didn't mean to upset anyone.
I don't want to hear your excuses, Caleb. You will get up right now, go into that kitchen, and clean those dishes before I change my mind about letting you stay here. Do you understand me?
Yes, Uncle. I'll go do it now. God. Why? Why did you take them away from me? Why did you take my mom and dad? I don't understand, God. Why did you leave me here, in this place where no one cares about me? The way Uncle Eric and Aunt Caroline treat me. It's too much. I try so hard, but nothing I do is ever good enough for them. God, I miss them so much. I miss my mom's smile, my dad's voice. They would never have let me feel this way. They love me, and now I'm all alone. I don't know how much more I can take. Please, God, help me. I don't know what to do anymore. I don't know how to keep going like this. I feel so lost. So alone. Please. Show me that you're still with me. Give me the strength to keep going. I don't want to feel this way anymore. I just want to feel loved again. To feel like I matter. Please, God. Don't leave me here alone. I need you. I need you now more than ever.
Caroline, it's always a blessing to catch up with you. How are the kids? I know raising teenagers can be a full-time ministry in itself.
Oh, they're keeping me busy, that's for sure. But I'm grateful. And your Emily? She must be growing up so fast.
She is. Every day she teaches me more about God's grace and patience. And I've been hearing wonderful things about your boutique. It seems like the Lord is really blessing your efforts.
Yes, it's been going well. I've been thinking about expanding, actually. It's a lot of work, but I can't complain. God has been good.
Caroline, there's something that's been on my mind. I saw Caleb the other day, on my way to drop Emily off at school. He didn't look well. He seemed so tired and discouraged. I couldn't help but wonder, why doesn't Eric take him to school with Sophia and Brian?
Caleb has his own routine. Eric handles him, and I focus on my kids. It's just simpler that way.
Caroline, as sisters in Christ, we're called to care for those in need, especially the ones God places in our homes. Caleb has lost so much, and I know it's not easy, but he's a part of your family now. Are you sure he's getting the love and care he needs?
Look, sis, I know you mean well, but Caleb isn't my responsibility the way Sophia and Brian are. Eric has his way of dealing with him, and honestly, I don't want to get in the middle of it. I'm just trying to keep the peace in my home. You know how Eric can be.
I understand that it's difficult, and I'm not here to judge. But remember that Jesus loves every one of us equally. This might be your chance to show him the love and grace that only comes from above.
I hear you, sis. I'll see what I can do. But you know, it's complicated. I just want to avoid any unnecessary conflict.
I'll be praying for you, Caroline, and for Caleb too. God doesn't make mistakes. He placed Caleb in your home for a reason. And I know he'll give you the wisdom and strength to care for him, just as you do for Sophia and Brian.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
It was so good seeing you around. I'll be praying for you and household. And I'll see you at the graduation next week, right?
Yes, I'll be there. Take care, Caleb. Get over here right now.
Yes, Auntie? Did I do something wrong?
Don't play innocent with me. I just came from Hannah's, and she had a lot to say about you. Gossiping about our family, are you? Telling people our business?
No, Auntie, I swear I didn't say anything. I haven't told anyone about what happens here. I wouldn't do that. Please believe me.
Don't lie to me, Caleb. Hannah seemed awfully concerned about you. What exactly did you say to her? Are you trying to paint us as the villains? Making us look like we mistreat you?
I didn't say anything, I promise. I would never talk about our family like that. I'm just trying to keep up with school and do what I'm told. Please, believe me.
You think we are fools, Caleb? If people are asking questions, then you must be saying something. You should be grateful for what you have here, a roof over your head, food on the table, and school fees paid for. But instead, you run your mouth. Well, if you're so unhappy, maybe you don't need that allowance of yours anymore.
I'm not unhappy, Uncle. I'm just trying my best. I'm sorry if it seems like I've done something wrong, but I really haven't talked to anyone. Please, don't take away my allowance. I need it for school supplies and...
You should have thought about that before you started spreading our business around. From now on, you'll get half of what you've been getting, if even that. And don't think about asking for more, because you'll get nothing.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Just stay out of my sight, Caleb. I don't want to hear another word from you.
God, why does it have to be this way? I miss Mom and Dad so much. Please, help me. I don't know how much more I can take.
Hey, Mr. Gossiper, don't forget to finish up the dishes. Wouldn't want you to get in more trouble, right?
You can believe whatever you want, Sophia, but I didn't gossip about anything. And I'm not doing your chores tonight. I've already done enough.
Oh, so you're too good for that now. You want Dad to take away the rest of your allowance too? Because I can make that happen, you know.
Why are you doing this, Sophia? I don't understand. You're my cousin. Don't you see how unfair this is? And besides, you're a woman. Shouldn't you be learning to take care of the house? Do you expect me to follow you to your husband's home one day and do the cooking and cleaning for you too? You should be training yourself now.
Wow, Mr. Lecturer, thanks for the life lesson. But I don't need you to tell me what to do. Just do the chores and let me worry about my future.
No, I've already done more than my share tonight. If you want those dishes done, you can do them yourself. I need to focus on my studies. Tomorrow's exams are important. Sophia, excuse us. I need to talk to Caleb.
Fine, whatever. Don't take too long.
What now, Brian? You know my exams start tomorrow, right? Make sure I do well in this exam. You know what I mean. How am I supposed to make sure you do well? I've worked hard to get good grades, Brian. If you need help, you should have studied. Make sure you don't cover your book during the exams. I'm sitting right behind you, and you better not block my view. I don't know what you're saying, but just know this, I don't cheat. My parents didn't raise me that way. Wait, what? Did you just insult my parents? Are you saying they didn't raise me well? That I'm some kind of cheat? No, that's not what I meant at all. I'm just saying that I've always done things the honest way. You still have time to study for tomorrow's exams. I won't be able to do what you're asking, and I won't let you copy my work. Then be ready to leave this house. If you won't help me, don't expect any help from me or anyone else. You're already on thin ice. One wrong move, and you're out. I understand, Brian. But I have to stand by what I believe is right.
Eric, thanks for coming. How's the family?
They're fine. Everyone's managing. And you?
We're doing well, thanks. Hannah mentioned something to me, though, and I thought it was important enough to bring up. It's about Caleb.
What about him?
Hannah saw him the other day, on his way to school. She said he didn't look good, seemed down, and she noticed he's been arriving late. She's worried, Eric. Why isn't he going to school with your kids anymore?
We're doing what we can for him, Vincent. He has got a roof over his head, food, school fees, all of it. But the boy doesn't make it easy. Skipping chores, being moody. It's a lot to deal with. He needs to pull his weight like everyone else.
Eric, I get that it's tough, but Caleb's been through something unimaginable. Losing both his parents like that. It's not just about chores. He's hurting, and sometimes that shows up in ways that might seem like defiance. But it's really pain, Eric. He needs more than just food and shelter, he needs love.
Love's fine and all, but it doesn't make the house run smoothly. We've got our own issues to think about. Caleb's not a kid anymore. He has to learn to handle things on his own.
Eric, remember what the Bible says in Ephesians 4 verses 31 to 32. We're called to put away bitterness, anger, and rage, and to be kind and compassionate, forgiving one another. Caleb needs that from you now more than ever. He's lost everything. Can you imagine how that must feel? He needs you to show him that he's still worth something, that he's still loved, even in his brokenness.
I hear you, Vincent. But like I said, we're doing our best. He has got it better than most. What more can I do?
Eric, it's not just about doing the bare minimum. It's about showing him that he's family, that he belongs. He's not just some obligation. He's your nephew, and God's placed him in your life for a reason. Don't let that opportunity slip away. If you can't be there for him now, when he needs it most, then who will be? He's still a child, and he needs a father's love.
I'll think about it. But like I said, we've got a lot on our plate. We're all just trying to get by.
I'll be praying for your family. Just remember that God's love is unconditional. We're meant to reflect that in our own lives, even when it's hard.
Appreciate it, Vincent. I will surely work on it.
Please do. My regards.
Caleb. Caleb, get out here right now.
Eric, Caleb isn't home, right now. What's going on? Why are you so furious?
I just spoke with Vincent. Can you believe he had the nerve to lecture me about Caleb? Telling me how the boy's struggling, how we should be more loving. As if I haven't done enough already.
Vincent spoke to you? What exactly did he say?
Oh, he gave me a whole sermon about love and forgiveness. Like I'm some kind of monster. Well, I don't care what Vincent thinks. Caleb's leaving tonight. I'm done with this mess.
Eric, please. You can't just throw him out. Caleb is. He's part of our family, whether you like it or not. He's been through so much already.
Family? He is not my son. He's not even trying. I'm sick of his attitude, his laziness. I've had enough.
Please, dear, don't do this. What will people think if we just throw him out like that? And where will he go? He has no one else. We can't just abandon him.
I don't care where he goes. Let him stay with Vincent if he's so concerned. I'm done trying to make this work. I'm done pretending.
Eric, he's still a child. He needs guidance, not more rejection. Please, just give him one more chance. I know he's difficult, but he's been through so much. Can't we just try a little longer?
One more chance? Fine. But one more mistake, and he's out. And don't forget, his father promised me money to expand my business. But did he ever deliver? No. And now I'm supposed to care for his son?
He promised he would give you the money by the end of the year. He wasn't trying to abandon you. But now he's gone. We can't hold that against Caleb.
And who's going to fulfill that promise now? Caleb. His father's gone, and so is that money. I'm done making sacrifices for him. Just make sure he stays out of my way, Caroline. I don't want to deal with him anymore.
I'll talk to him. But please, honey, try to see him as more than just a burden. He's lost so much already. We're all he has left.
That's your business. Both of you should stay out of my way.
I can't believe this. I failed the exam. And it's all Caleb's fault.
Calm down. What do you mean Caleb's fault? How could he be responsible for your exam results?
Caleb. What have you done? Refusing to help Brian in his exams.
Uncle. I didn't refuse to help him. I just didn't want to cheat. I told him we needed to study, to do this the right way. I didn't mean to hurt him, I was just trying to do what's right.
What's right? You think you know what's right, Caleb. Letting your cousin fail, how is that right? I knew you were trouble from the moment you stepped into this house. You've done nothing but bring problems, and now you've let Brian fail? That's it, I'm done with you. You're out of this house. Tonight.
Uncle Eric, please. I didn't mean for this to happen. I was only trying to be honest, to do the right thing. I didn't want to cheat, I just wanted to work hard and make my parents proud. Please, don't throw me out. I have nowhere to go.
Eric, wait. Maybe we should talk about this. Kicking him out. It's too much. Where will he go? What will he do?
I don't care where he goes. He is not staying here, not after this. I've had enough of his excuses and his troublemaking. Pack your things, Caleb. You're leaving tonight.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to hurt anyone. I just wanted to do what's right. I never wanted this. Are you deaf, Caleb? Didn't you hear Dad? Leave my house, this minute. Please, Brian, don't do this.
Brian. Enough. Let him be. You can go to your room now.
But, Dad asked him to leave.
He's not going anywhere.
What? So, this is where you came to hide. I warned you, didn't I? You can't stay here anymore. This is my territory. Brian. What have I done to you to deserve this? Leave my house. I don't want to see your face around here anymore. But Auntie. God, why? Why did this happen to me? Why did you take my parents away? What did I do to deserve this? I've tried so hard to be good, to do what's right. But no matter what I do, it's never enough. I'm always a burden, always in the way.
Earth is that boy doing? Doesn't he see where he's going? He's walking right into the road without even looking. Is he trying to get himself killed? Does he want to die?
Why, God? Why did you leave me all alone in this world? I don't know what to do anymore. I don't know where to go. Everywhere I turn, it's just more pain, more rejection.
No. Not on my watch. God, please let him move. Let him see the car before it's too late. What's going on with him? He's not just lost. He's broken. Lord, help this boy. Whatever he's going through, don't let it take him down this dark road.
Please. Help me. Show me something, anything. Because I can't keep going like this. I'm so tired, God. So tired of being unwanted, of being unloved. If you're really there, if you're listening, please, just give me a sign. Give me a reason to keep going.
Hey! What on earth were you thinking? Crossing the road without even looking? You could have been killed. What's going on, son? Why were you so lost in thought that you didn't see a car coming?
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I wasn't thinking. I don't know what to do anymore. I've lost everything. My parents. They're gone. Both of them, in a terrible accident. And now, I've got no one. My uncle. He kicked me out of the house. I have nowhere to go. No roof over my head. No family. Nothing.
Oh, son. I'm so sorry. I can't even imagine what you're going through. Losing your parents. Being kicked out. That's more than anyone should have to bear. But listen to me, okay? This isn't the end. It feels like it right now, but it's not. You're still here, and as long as you're still standing, there's hope. You've got to believe that.
But what am I supposed to do? Where do I go? I have nothing left. No one to turn to.
You're not alone anymore, Caleb. I know it feels like the world has turned its back on you, but I'm here. And I'm not going to let you face this on your own. Come on, get in the car. Let's get you out of the cold. We'll figure this out together, okay? Don't worry, Caleb. You're going to be okay. You've got a future ahead of you, and I'm going to help you find it.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate it.
Andrew, it's good to see you. And who's this young man you've brought with you?
This is Caleb, Pastor. I almost hit him with my car earlier tonight. Attention, just walking into the road. When I stopped to check on him, he told me he's lost everything. His parents are gone, and his uncle kicked him out. He's got nowhere to go. I brought him here, hoping the church might be able to help. Maybe give him a place to stay?
Caleb, you've been through so much, and I'm deeply sorry for your loss. But know that you're not alone here. You're in the house of God, and this is a place of refuge for those in need.
Thank you, Pastor.
Pastor, can I talk to you in private, please?
Yes, of course.
Pastor, I wanted to ask if the church could find him a place to stay. Maybe with someone in the congregation? I mean, I don't even know him. And I'm not sure I'm equipped to take him in myself.
Andrew, I understand your hesitation. Taking someone in, especially someone you've just met, is a big responsibility. But let me remind you of something Jesus said in Matthew 25:40, "Truly I tell you, whatever you did for one of the least of these brothers and sisters of mine, you did for me." Caleb is one of those least of these right now. He's lost, alone, and in need of love and guidance. And while it may seem overwhelming, you have an opportunity here to be the hands and feet of Christ in his life. To show him the love that Jesus calls us to show one another.
Pastor, I get what you're saying. But it's just, I never planned for this. I don't know if I'm ready to take on that kind of responsibility.
None of us are ever truly ready, Andrew. But God doesn't call us to be perfect. He calls us to be willing. And sometimes, the greatest blessings come when we step out in faith, even when we're unsure. Caleb needs someone right now, someone who can show him that he's not forgotten, that he still matters.
All right, Pastor. I'll do it. I'll take him in. I'll give it my best shot. I just hope I can be what he needs.
You're already doing more than you know, Andrew. God will guide you both through this. And remember, you're not alone in this either. We, as a church, will be here to support you every step of the way.
This is your home now, Caleb. Make yourself comfortable. You don't have to be nervous, son. I know this is a lot to take in, but I want you to know you're safe here. This place is yours as much as it is mine. So, feel at home, okay?
I don't know how to thank you, Mr. Andrew. I've never had someone care like this since my parents. I don't even know how to repay you.
Caleb, you don't owe me anything. This isn't about repayment or obligation. I'm doing this because it's the right thing to do, because you deserve a chance, just like anyone else. And I promise you this, you're going to have a better future. I'll make sure you get the education you need, the opportunities you deserve. You've been through so much, but that doesn't have to define your future.
Thank you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. I don't know what I'd do without you. I was so lost. And now I have hope again. I won't let you down, I promise. I'll work hard, and I'll make something of myself.
I know you will, Caleb. And even if you stumble along the way, that's okay. We'll get through it together. You're not alone anymore, and you don't have to carry this burden by yourself. Get some rest tonight, Caleb. Tomorrow is a new day, and it's the start of a new chapter for you.
Yes, sir. Thank you for everything.
I can't believe this, Caroline. Brian can't do anything for himself, he can't even pass his exams. And Sophia. She's useless around the house. She won't lift a finger unless someone tells her to. What kind of parenting is this?
Oh, now it's my fault? You're the one who sent Caleb away, Eric. He was helping with everything, Brian's studies, Sophia's chores. But no, you couldn't stand them being here, so you kicked him out. Now you're blaming me for your own decisions.
Don't you dare bring up Caleb in this house again. I don't want to hear his name. You're their mother, Caroline. Why didn't you train your own children? It's not Caleb's job to raise them. You let them become lazy and dependent, and now look where we are.
Don't you put this all on me. I've done my best with them, but you've been too hard on Caleb and too soft on Brian and Sophia. You've spoiled them. And when Caleb tried to help, you pushed him away. You think it's easy raising kids when their father only cares about his own pride?
I'm not discussing Caleb anymore. He's gone, and that's that. But this mess with Brian and Sophia, it needs to change. You need to step up. I won't tolerate this any longer.
You always think it's someone else's fault, don't you, Eric? First Caleb, now me. When are you going to take responsibility for your own family?
Just make sure they start acting right. I don't care how you do it, but fix it, Caroline. I'm done talking about this.
Dr. Caleb. I can't believe it. It feels like just yesterday you were that quiet boy sitting in my living room, uncertain about the future. And now look at you, a medical doctor. You've made me so proud, son.
Thank you, Dad. I wouldn't be here without you. You believed in me when I didn't believe in myself. You gave me a home when I had nowhere to go. I owe everything to you.
You owe me nothing, Caleb. You did this, you put in the work, you stayed focused, and you never gave up. I just gave you a place to do it. You've earned every bit of this success, and you deserve it all.
You gave me more than just a place. You gave me a family when I had none. You showed me what love, kindness, and faith can do. I'll never forget that. You're more than a mentor to me, you're like a father.
You've become the son I never had, Caleb. Watching you grow into this incredible man, it's been the greatest blessing of my life. And I know your parents would be so proud of you, too. You've honored their memory in the best way possible.
I hope I can make you as proud as you've made me, Dad. I'm going to use this degree to help people, just like you helped me. That's my promise to you.
You already have, son. You already have.
Mrs. Eric, I need to speak with you about your husband's condition. It's not good. He's in critical condition, and we need to operate immediately. The situation is very delicate.
Operate? But what's wrong with him, doctor? How bad is it?
Your husband has a ruptured aneurysm, which is causing severe internal bleeding. We need to perform emergency surgery to stop the bleeding, but it's a very risky procedure. Time is of the essence. Without the surgery, he won't make it.
Oh, God. Please. But he'll be okay after the surgery, right?
We'll do everything we can, but I have to be honest with you. Even with the surgery, his chances are slim. He's lost a lot of blood, and his condition is very unstable. We're doing everything we can, but you need to prepare yourself for the possibility that he may not pull through. There's something else, Mrs. Eric. Your husband has a rare blood type, and we need more blood for the surgery. Unfortunately, our supply is limited, and we need a matching donor. We've tested his blood relatives, but none of them are a match.
What? What are we going to do? We can't lose him like this. There must be something you can do.
We're reaching out to other hospitals and blood banks, but it's a race against time. We're also facing another challenge, financially. The surgery is expensive, and I understand your family is going through a difficult time. But we need to move quickly, Mrs. Eric. If we delay, we may lose him.
But doctor, we don't have that kind of money right now. We've been struggling. Is there any way you can start the surgery? I'll find a way to pay. I promise. Please. Just save him.
We'll do everything we can to work with you, Mrs. Eric. But time is critical, and we need to move quickly. I'll do what I can to get things started. But please, if there's anyone you can reach out to for help, now is the time.
Please. Just do whatever you can, doctor. I will try to reach out to our relatives.
Mom. What a surprise.
Brian, your father is very sick. He needs you, needs us both. I came here because I know he'd want you by his side.
Mom. I don't want anything to do with him.
Please, son, he's your father.
I've got my own problems to deal with.
Brian, he's your father. I know things haven't been easy, but we can't just abandon him now. He's sick, and he needs your help. Our help. You can't turn your back on him.
Oh, now he needs me? Where was he when I needed him? Huh. Where was all that fatherly concern when I was struggling? Now he's sick, and I'm supposed to drop everything for him? I don't think so.
Don't say that. I know he made mistakes, I know we both did, but he's still your father. This is our chance to make things right. Please, don't shut us out like this.
I don't need this right now, Mom. I'm trying to figure out my own life, trying to survive, okay? I can't take care of some sick old man who never cared about me in the first place. I've had enough of this family drama.
Brian. What are you saying? He's your father. This is your family. You can't just walk away from that. I never thought you would be this cold.
Maybe I am cold. But I've got to look out for myself now. If that means leaving the past behind, then so be it. Now, please, just go. I can't deal with this right now.
I hope you find what you're looking for. But remember, no matter what, we are still your family. And one day, you might regret turning away.
Have you seen the patient in Ward C? Eric. Poor man. His condition is critical, and his family, they're not helping matters. It's a mess.
I know. It's heartbreaking. They can't even decide on the next steps. And to think he needs a rare blood type too. It's like they're paralyzed with fear or something.
Excuse me. Did you say Eric? Eric. What's his last name?
Yes, Eric. Eric Thompson. Why do you ask?
That's my uncle. Which ward is he in?
Ward C, doctor. But are you sure you want to go in there? His family is already there, and things seem pretty tense.
Caleb? What? What are you doing here?
I'm a doctor here now, Auntie. I just started recently. When I heard, I didn't expect to see you here like this. What happened to Uncle Eric?
He collapsed a few days ago. They say it's bad. Really bad. Caleb, we didn't know what else to do.
Auntie Caroline. I'm here now. Whatever Uncle Eric needs, I'll do my best.
Caleb, I'm so sorry. We didn't treat you right. But please, save him. We need you.
I'll do everything I can. He's in good hands now, Auntie.
Caleb, my boy. What's on your heart? You seem burdened.
It's about Uncle Eric. He's in the hospital. He's in critical condition, and they need a blood donor. His blood type is rare, and I'm the only match.
That's a heavy situation, son. What's holding you back?
After my parents died, Uncle Eric treated me like I didn't matter. I was just a burden to him and Aunt Caroline. He made me feel like I didn't belong. And now I'm supposed to save him. How do I just forget everything he did to me?
Caleb, I understand how deeply he hurt you. But let me share something with you. Do you remember the story of Joseph? In Genesis 45, his brothers sold him into slavery, betrayed him out of jealousy and spite. They tore his life apart. But when the famine hit, and they came to Egypt in desperate need, what did Joseph do?
He forgave them. He said, "You intended to harm me, but God intended it for good to accomplish what is now being done, the saving of many lives."
Exactly. Joseph could have held on to his anger, but instead, he chose to see God's hand in everything. He saw that forgiveness wasn't just about his brothers, it was about God's plan for something greater. And think about Jesus, Caleb. As he hung on the cross, suffering for the sins of the world, he looked at those who crucified him and said, "Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do." Luke 23:34. Jesus forgave even those who hated him, because his love was stronger than their hate. That's the kind of love he calls us to show, even when it's hardest.
But it's so hard, Dad. After everything he did to me, how can I just let that go?
Forgiveness isn't about forgetting, Caleb. It's about choosing not to let the past control your future. It's about freeing yourself from the chains of bitterness that can bind your soul. Right now, you have the chance to be a vessel of God's love and mercy. You can show your uncle what true grace looks like. This could be the moment that not only saves his life physically but touches his heart in a way that nothing else could. Remember, Jesus said, in the book of Matthew 25 verse 40, "Whatever you did for one of the least of these brothers and sisters of mine, you did for me." In helping your uncle, you're serving Christ himself.
You're right, Dad. I can't let anger hold me back. I'll help him. I'll do my best for him. Even if it's hard, I'll do what's right.
That's the spirit, son. God will bless you for this, I'm sure of it. And remember, you're never alone in this. I'll be with you every step of the way, just as God is with you.
Thank you, Dad. For everything.
Anytime, son. Now, go make a difference.
Eric, you're awake. Thank God. I've been praying for this moment.
Caroline. What happened? How did I get through this? The doctors. They said my blood type was rare. How did they find a match?
Eric, the match. It was Caleb. He's the one who donated the blood that saved your life.
Caleb. But after everything, after the way we treated him, why would he do that?
I don't know. I honestly don't know. Despite everything we did, all the harsh words, the coldness, he still found it in his heart to help you, to save you.
How could he? After all I did to him, how could he still care?
Sometimes God works in ways we don't understand. Maybe this is his way of showing us that love and forgiveness are more powerful than anger and bitterness. Caleb. He showed us what it truly means to be Christ-like, even when we fail to do the same.
I don't deserve this. After everything I did to that boy, how can I ever face him again?
Maybe it's time to make things right. Caleb showed us mercy. Maybe now it's our turn to show him the love and acceptance he's always deserved. We can't change the past, but we can start over. We can make amends.
You're right. I need to make things right. I need to thank him for saving my life, for showing me what I couldn't see.
We'll do it together, Eric. We'll make things right. As a family.
Thank you for not giving up on me.
Uncle Eric, you're out of the hospital. Shouldn't you be resting?
I've been wanting to talk to you.
Please come in.
I owe you more than just thanks. I owe you an apology. I've been thinking about everything. How I treated you. How I pushed you away. I was wrong, Caleb. I was blinded by my own anger and bitterness, and I took it out on you. You didn't deserve any of it.
Uncle, I tried to understand why you were so hard on me. I thought maybe I wasn't enough, that I didn't belong. But I never stopped caring about you. You were still family to me.
You were more than enough, my son. I just couldn't see it. I let my pride and my pain cloud my judgment. But you saved my life, even after everything I did. You showed me what real love looks like. And I don't know how I can ever repay you.
You don't have to repay me, Uncle. I did what I did because it was the right thing to do. Because despite everything, I still care about you. I've learned that holding on to anger doesn't help anyone, it just keeps us trapped in the past. I've let go of it. And I forgive you.
I'm so sorry, son. I'm so sorry for everything. Can't you ever give me a chance to make things right? To be the family I should have been.
We can start over, Uncle. We can rebuild. But it's going to take time. Trust. Forgiveness. They don't happen overnight. But I'm willing to try if you are.
Thank you, Caleb, for giving me another chance. I won't waste it this time.
Uncle Eric, Auntie Caroline. I want you to meet someone important in my life. This is Mirabel. My wife.
Your wife? Oh, Caleb. You're full of surprises. Welcome to the family, dear. We had no idea. Thank you, Auntie.
Caleb. This is unexpected. But welcome, Mirabel.
Thank you, Uncle Eric. It's an honor to meet you. Caleb has told me so much about you.
He's a good man. Despite everything, he's made something of himself.
I wouldn't be where I am without you, Uncle. No matter what we've been through, I've never stopped seeing you as family. And I wanted you to be part of this. To see the life Mirabel and I are building. We're moving forward, together.
My son. I don't deserve any of this. After how I treated you. But thank you for giving me another chance.
Mirabel, welcome to the family once again. You've married a good man, And I can see you make each other stronger. Caleb is everything I prayed for, Auntie. He's my blessing.
Mirabelle. Please, take care of him. He's been through more than most, but he'll need you to keep him grounded.
I will do my best, Uncle.
I'm proud of you, son. More than I can ever say.
Thank you, Uncle. For everything.
What are you doing here, Brian? I thought we agreed we don't need to see each other. What do you want? Why did you call me out?
Look, I'm not here to fight. Not with you. We have bigger problems. You and I. We only have one enemy to deal with.
What are you talking about? What enemy?
Caleb. He's taken over our family, my life. I can't breathe because of him. Every single conversation with Dad turns into a lecture on how I am not good enough, how I'll never be like Caleb. He can't say a single word to me without comparing me to him. I'm suffocating, Sophia.
You know, now that you mention it, Mom won't let me rest either. It's always Caleb did this, Caleb's so perfect. Like I'm just standing in his shadow or something.
Exactly. You get it. He's making it impossible for me to be anything but a failure in Dad's eyes. I'm always too reckless or not ambitious enough. It's like I don't exist anymore, there's only Caleb.
It's been driving me insane. Mom acts like I'm invisible, except when she's telling me how I should be more like Caleb. I can't stand it anymore. But what are you suggesting? What can we do?
I have a plan. You move in closer to Caleb and his wife. Act like you want to make peace or something. But your real mission? Make life miserable for him.
No, Brian. I don't want to even see his face, let alone live near him. What's the point? I don't see how that's going to hurt him.
Don't you get it? Caleb may look like he's got it all together, but he doesn't have a heart like us. If you get close and start sowing discord between him and his wife, it'll tear him apart. He'll be caught between you and her, and trust me, it'll start affecting him at work. He'll make mistakes. He might even lose his job if we play our cards right.
So, you think if we push him enough, he'll break?
Oh, he'll break. We'll remind him he's not as perfect as everyone makes him out to be. And when he crumbles, Mom and Dad will see that we were the strong ones all along.
Fine. I'll do it. But this better work, Brian. I won't go down without taking you down with me.
Don't worry, sis. Together, we'll make sure Caleb learns he's not invincible. His perfect little world is about to fall apart.
Honey, I'm at my breaking point. I can't take it anymore. Sophia's turning our home into a disaster zone. She doesn't lift a finger, she's disrespectful, and it's like she doesn't even care.
I know, sweetheart. I see it too. But please, just try to understand. She's my cousin, I can't just throw her out into the street.
Can't or won't, Caleb? Because right now, it feels like you won't do anything to fix this. She's been here for months, acting like she owns the place. This is our home, not her personal playground.
I know she's difficult right now, but she's family. She's lost. She's going through something we might not fully understand. If we give up on her, who's going to help her?
Help her? I've been more than patient. I've cleaned up her messes, I've swallowed my pride, and I've tried to be understanding. But at what cost? Our peace. Our marriage? She's driving a wedge between us, and I won't stand for it.
Sweetheart, I don't want to lose what we have, I don't. But think about it, what will people say if we kick her out? She has no place to go. What kind of people would we be, turning our backs on family when they need us most?
I'm not concerned about what people will say, Caleb. I care about our sanity, our peace. You want to help her? Fine. But this can't continue. If you won't do something, I will.
I'll talk to her. I'll make sure she understands that things need to change, or there will be consequences. But please, just have a little more patience. Family isn't perfect, but they're worth fighting for.
Patience? I've run out of patience. This is more than just her being difficult. She's disrespecting us, our marriage. And you're asking me to ignore it because she's family?
I'm not asking you to ignore it, I'm asking you to help me fix it. Together. I know it's not fair to you, and I know you've been carrying more than your share. But this is the last chance I'm asking for. One more chance, Mirabel. For us, for her, for our family.
Fine. One more chance. But if nothing changes, I won't be the one cleaning up the mess next time. Sophia, we need to talk. Now.
Oh, here we go again. What is it now, Mirabel? Didn't like the way I folded the towel? Or is it something else today?
You know exactly what this is about. You've been here for months, and all you've done is turn my home into a disaster. It's time you leave, Sophia. Pack your things and get out.
Leave? You must be kidding. I'm family, Mirabel. And if anyone should be leaving, it's not me. It's you.
How dare you? After everything Caleb and I have done for you, you stand here and throw this in my face? You think being family gives you the right to disrespect us? To disrespect me, in my own home?
Family means everything. And no matter how much you wish it weren't true, Caleb and I, we're blood. You're just a wife. A wife who can be replaced. Do you really think Caleb would choose you over me?
I don't care what game you're playing, Sophia. You've pushed me too far. I won't stay here and let you poison everything Caleb and I have built. You've taken advantage of his kindness and used his loyalty against me. But that ends now. If you won't leave, I will.
Fine, go ahead. Leave. But don't expect Caleb to follow you. He knows where his loyalty lies. And when you're gone, this house will be mine again, just like it should have been all along.
I won't be driven out of my own life. But I won't stay here and be torn apart by this, either. I'm moving back to my parents' house.
Let's see how long Caleb sticks around once she's out of the picture.
Mirabel. I'm home.
She's not here.
What do you mean she's not here? Where did she go?
She left.
She left. Why? What happened?
She must have realized she didn't fit in. Maybe it was just too much for her.
What did you do, Sophia? Did you drive her away? Why are you trying to ruin everything?
I didn't drive her away. Maybe she just couldn't handle the reality of your life with me. I'm family now, not her.
Why are you doing this? Mirabel and I were building something real. Why are you sabotaging it?
Sometimes life doesn't go as planned. I'm the constant here. Maybe it's time you accepted that.
What is happening to my life? Everything is falling apart, and I don't know how to fix it. God, please, guide me through this.
Caleb, it's good to see you. How have you been?
Dad. I've been better, but today's been tough.
What's troubling you?
Mirabel has left, and Sophia has turned everything upside down. It feels like she was placed in our lives to destroy everything I built.
And you allowed her to stay with you?
I thought it was the right thing to do. I wanted to show forgiveness, like you taught me. I didn't want to hold on to resentment, so I welcomed her into our home.
Son, forgiveness doesn't mean you have to invite trouble into your home. Sometimes, loving from a distance is wiser and healthier.
Loving from a distance. How does that work?
Remember Joseph and his brothers. When Joseph forgave his brothers for selling him into slavery, he didn't bring them into his personal space. Instead, he provided them with a separate land, Goshen. He helped them but kept his own life and home intact. As it says in Genesis 45:10, "You shall live in the region of Goshen and be near me, you, your children and grandchildren, your flocks and herds, and all you have."
I hadn't thought of it like that.
Yes. And think of David and Saul. Despite Saul's attempts on David's life, when they eventually made peace, David never went back to Saul's house. He stayed away from Saul's palace to maintain his own peace and safety. As stated in 1 Samuel 26:25, then Saul said to David, "May you be blessed, my son David. You will do great things and surely triumph." But, even after their reconciliation, David chose to stay separate to avoid further conflict.
So what should I do now?
Bring Mirabel back home, and ask Sophia to return to her parents. You can still help from a distance, but you need to set boundaries. Protect your marriage and your peace. Remember what Proverbs 4:7 says, "Wisdom is the principal thing. Therefore get wisdom, and with all thy getting get understanding." My son, you have to apply wisdom in situations like this. It's not about rejecting family, but using discernment to maintain peace and protect what matters most.
Thank you, Dad. I needed to hear that.
Remember, Caleb, forgiveness is about freeing yourself from anger and bitterness, not inviting more strife. Setting boundaries is crucial for maintaining your well-being.
I will always bear that in mind, Dad. I truly appreciate you, and I don't know what I would have done without you.
You'll do great, son. Keep trusting and believing God, for your help comes from Him. Now, go do the right thing.
This ends now, Sophia. I've had enough. Pack your things and get out of my house.
So, this is it? You're really choosing her over your own blood? Over me?
You don't get it, do you? Mirabel is my wife. My family. And you. You've crossed every line. You have no place here anymore.
You're making a huge mistake, Caleb. One day, you'll see. She'll leave you, and then who'll you have left?
The only thing I'll see is the goodness and mercy of God in my life. And I know this, no weapon formed against me shall prosper. Not you, not anyone.
You think you're untouchable? You think quoting scripture will protect you? You'll regret pushing me away.
I'm not afraid of you. I've put my trust in something far greater than fear, the Almighty God. Now, leave, before I have to force you out.
You'll regret this, Caleb.
May God go with you, Sophia. But this is my home, my peace. And I will protect it. Sweetheart, I've come to take you home. Sophia's gone, she'll never trouble us again. I swear, this time, everything will be different.
Caleb, are you sure? I don't want to keep running into the same hurt. I don't want to feel like an outsider in my own home.
You're not an outsider. You're my heart, my life. I failed you before, but I see things clearly now. I'll never let anyone come between us again. You deserve peace. And I'll give it to you, no matter what it takes.
Do you really believe we can start over? After everything?
I do. I'll fight for us, my love. I should have fought harder from the beginning. You're my wife, my family. I'm sorry for the pain you've felt because of me. But I promise you, from now on, our home will be just that, ours. Safe, full of love, with no more chaos. We'll build something beautiful together.
I want to believe you, Caleb. I want to come home.
Then believe me. I'm taking you home, and I'll never let you down again. I love you, Mirabel. More than anything. Let's build the future we both dreamed of, without fear. Okay?
Okay, honey. Let's go home.
As we come to the end of Caleb's story, Remember that even in the darkest moments of betrayal and heartbreak, there is a light that can pierce through the shadows. Caleb's journey teaches us that no matter how deep the wounds or how heavy the pain, God's love is unwavering and His promises are true. For those of you enduring similar struggles, take heart in the fact that God is with you. He has promised to give you beauty for ashes, the oil of joy for mourning, the garment of praise for the spirit of heaviness. Isaiah 61:3. His incredible love for you is not only a comforting thought, but a powerful force capable of transforming your life. Trust in God's promise to turn your sorrow into joy and your trials into triumphs. Your story is not over, and neither is His work in your life. Embrace the hope and restoration that He offers, and let His love guide you through the pain toward a brighter future. Please say the following prayers with faith.